Catch these hands. These iron hands. Welcome back, YouTube. Expresso Shucko here, and in case it wasn't obvious enough from the title or the thumbnail, we are discussing Iron Hands, Hariyama's futuristic paradox form from Violet. This is the second last one of Violet's paradox mons that I have yet to discuss, with the last one being Iron Valiant. So, Iron Hands is just straight up a monster. Also why I saved it towards the end, like with Iron Bundle. So, we're an electric fighting type here, so in terms of resistance and weaknesses, we have 5 resistances to bug, steel, dark, electric, and rock. We have 3 weaknesses to fairy, ground, and psychic. And that's not that much different from the regular fighting type here. We basically trade in the flying type weakness from regular fighting for a ground type weakness, and we basically just gain 2 extra resistances to electric and steel, which is really nice when you think about it. Because, you know, you're getting a little bit bulkier than the regular counterpart being Haryiama. And on that note, too, let's talk about Iron Hands' stats, because this is really, really nice. Because Haryiama has really squishy defenses here with like 60, I think. I don't even know if it's 60. It could even be less. But anyways, we'll just bring that up right quick. Yeah, so Haryiama has 60 at each defense, 120 attack, 144 HP. You look at Iron Hands takes that even further. We have 154 HP. We have 140 attack. Great things right there for physical attackers. We have 108 defense right there, so that's really good physical bulk. A really big improvement to the regular Hariyama right there. We have 50 special attack as opposed, well, we don't care about 50 special attack. I don't know why I'm saying as opposed. We have 68 special defense, which is not that much more than Hariyama, but with that 154 HP, that does help mitigate how low that special defense is. And we have 50 speed, so we're basically the same speed as regular Hariyama. We have better physical bulk, and we have slightly better special bulk too. The biggest thing between Hariyama and Iron Hands is Hariyama does get access to Guts. Iron Hands, unfortunately, doesn't, because, you know, it's a Violet Paradox mod. It gets Quark Drive. But hey, Electric Terrain, that synergizes really nice with the electric dual typing with Iron Hands. Because, you know, your electric type moves get powered up while you're on Electric Terrain. It's going to be a zappingly good time. So, what I was thinking here is, we go with an Assault Vest here for Iron Hands. I know, super original, but anyways, we can go for an Assault Vest with Iron Hands, put a little bit of investment into HP to get up to 239. We don't really need that much investment into HP, but I was thinking we'll get up 239 there just to increase our overall bulk a little bit. We'll put some heavy investment into our special defense to bring us up to 110. You get a 50% boost from your Assault Vest to your special defense, so that's already another 55 points. You're looking at about 165 after you apply the Assault Vest. And then we just go max attack investment here. We have Drain Punch here. You can get a little bit of HP back by basically recovering half of the damage you just dealt. We have Thunder Punch. We have Ice Punch for coverage. Both of those are base 75 moves. Ice Punch and Thunder Punch, really awesome. Thunder Punch and Ice Punch especially can hit flying types super effectively. You have Ice Punch to hit ground types. You have it to hit grass types. And a lot of Iron Hands like to go Terra Grass, so there you go. That's one way of making sure that you don't necessarily have to regret having the mirror option there. And finally, we have Fake Out here for a little bit of support, shut down the opponent's Pokemon there with a guaranteed flinch, so long as they're not running a Covert Cloak. It should be a good time right there. Also, I have Terra Fighting in here, but like I mentioned with Terra Grass, you could go Terra Grass, you could go Terra Fire. I have a couple different Terra options spread out, but I think Iron Hands can be fairly flexible. I do like Terra Fighting because of the double stab on Fighting, therefore a double stab on Drain Punch, because that will get more HP back. Another thing I was thinking was we can go with a Citrus Berry and Swords Dance. Before I was even looking into Iron Hands, I didn't even know it got Swords Dance. It also gets Iron Defense too, but I think the Sword Stance is really nice because now you can get a free +2 attack right there. And similarly to the Assault Vest set here, same kind of breakdown for HP and special defense. Maybe go up to 112 just to get a little bit of extra points there because you don't have the Assault Vest there. We go for a sword stance here. We get our +2 attack. We go Terra Fire so we can't be burned. We have a Citrus Berry to get back a little bit of a burst of HP. You could run Leftovers on this too. I think that's actually what Smogon recommends is Leftovers. But what I was thinking here is we have a little bit of redirection support, maybe an Amoonguss, maybe a Root Bonnet. Indeed's a good option. I don't know if Mousehold is still as viable in Series 2, but you can go Mousehold. So I was thinking we go +2. With almost max attack investment in an Adamant or Brave Nature, we're already sitting at 210. Really, once you get up to that 420 mark, that's kind of a funny interval now that I'm thinking about that, because you're going up by ×2. Once you hit that 420, not a lot of things are going to be appreciating Drain Punches. I have Ice Punch on here too, as you know, like I said, grass and ground types. This way you definitely get around the bulky ground types with some powered up Ice Punches. We can deal with more Iron Hands that might have went Terra Grass. Thunder Punch is definitely a viable option there too, because you can hit water types. You can still hit the flying types. You could go Fire Punch too, and then that way you get stab off of the Terra Fire, which would be nice because, you know, it's kind of nice when your Terra gets to boost your attack power and gives you defense. And plus Terra Fire, I didn't realize this as well, but Fire is a really good typing in general, because, and this is the only reason why I have Char Cadet on Smogon, just to bring up the Fire tab right there. Look at that right there. You have 6 resistances right there, and you only keep one of your original weaknesses with Iron Hands' electric fighting right there, which is really, really nice. So that's what I was kind of thinking. Terra Fire gives you a little bit of extra defenses there. If you wanted to run Fire Punch, great, especially if you wanted to combine it with some Scarlet Mons, maybe bring a Torkoal on there, has some Sun. You could probably do a lot of damage with Fire Punch. Choice Band, this should be pretty similar stuff, or simple stuff, I should say. I also didn't realize this thing gets Play Rough too, so now you have some fairy coverage too to factor in. Maybe instead of running Ice Punch or Fire Punch or Thunder Punch, you run Play Rough, because it is a little bit of higher base power too. You can hit other Iron Hands with it. Nice things. But yeah, anyways, you can go Drain Punch here as usual. Because this is a Choice Band set, you could make the case that you don't necessarily want to get HP back. You could run Close Combat. You know, significantly stronger fighting type move there. Let's see, what else do we get for fighting type damage? Because I've been bragging up Drain Punch a lot. You get Close Combat. You do have Brick Break to destroy screens, which is nice. Low Kick, probably not the best option here. But yeah, anyways, Drain Punch, Close Combat, Brick Break, they're all pretty solid fighting type options here. We'll just pre-populate Drain Punch again. And I lost that. Okay, why did I lose that? Okay, there we go. Anyways, it's back. So what I was thinking here, we'll go max special defense investment on this one, maybe. Keep our 210 attack interval right there, because we do have the Choice Band to still do some good damage. And yeah, basically, this thing goes boom. That's what it does. Also, on a weird tangent, have you ever noticed, too, if you look at Iron Hands, because, like, the 3D bottle, the hands are separated from the body, if you take away the feet and the hands, it kind of looks like a fidget spinner. Anyways, weird tangent, but yeah, we're just going to go with that there. And finally, we just had a blank thing here because, you know, some notable moves. Like I mentioned, it does get Close Combat. It gets Earthquake, which is really nice. Facade is good, especially. Facade could be a really good option on the Terra, or not the Terra, the Choice Band set too, because, you know, if you do get burned, well, Facade's going to at least make sure that you get your move to double in power, and then that way you're not completely done goofed. Like I mentioned, Fire Punch, Heavy Slam, you get some steel coverage, but I would rather go with the Iron Head, because, you know, you have the flinch chance, especially if you do get Trick Room on the field. Low Kick is nice because of the heavier the target is, the more damage it does. That is kind of nice, but that'll probably be better when a restricted format starts up, which will probably be a while from now, because, you know, we're only into Series 2. You get Rock Slide, which is really nice, especially under Trick Room. Terra Blast, basically any coverage option. There you go. You can get any coverage option with Terra Blast, depending on your Terra type. Whirlwind, not so much as a big deal in double battles, but it does force your opponent to switch out, which could be nice. Yeah, and also you get body press and iron defense, like I mentioned earlier too, because it's not bad with 108 defense if you wanted to go with the body press set. Unfortunately, you don't get bulk up, which I guess that is the trade-off of losing your muscles in favor of mechanical parts. But yeah, anyways, bulk up would have been really nice for a body press set, but unfortunately, Iron Hands can't get it. But you do get Sword Stance and Iron Defense as a trade-off, which is kind of nice. Yeah. Also, one last thing I do want to mention, or I guess two last things. Terra Ghost could probably be a really good option for Iron Hands too, because now you become immune to Fake Out. You could probably also justify running Safety Goggles at some point too, and then that way you're still immune to Spore. Especially maybe on the Terra Fire set that I had here with the Sword Stance. Like, you could maybe go Safety Goggles instead of a Citrus Berry. Go Terra Fire. Now you don't have to worry about being burned or have to worry about Spore from a Mungus, especially if you're playing against Trick Room. And then one other thing too is, whereas Iron Hands does like to go Terra Grass, you could, and I was looking into this for another team, is you could go Slitherwing to deal with opposing Iron Hands too. Like, maybe you want to do like double fighting types or something like that, or maybe if you're, I mean, this is just a little bit of a bonus to Slitherwing, I guess. If you can get Iron defense or Iron Hands' defense lowered, not only does Lunge become really, really good, even close combat off Slitherwing can do really good damage to Iron Hands. So yeah, anyways, that's basically all I wanted to add on to that little tangent there. So let me know what you guys think. If you've used Iron Hands, I'm assuming you guys really, really like it. And if you don't like it, let me know in the comments below as well. I'm interested to hear both sides of that. So yeah, anyways, guys, I will see you next time with Roaring Moon and Iron Valiant.